Now, if you are a fan of the fantasy genre, then you are licking your lips and wetting your pants for the end of this year, because we have 2 premium fantasy series coming in the brand new Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, and the brand new Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, are coming. Of course, Rings of Power, very big in the news. It is by like 7 times the most expensive television series in the history of the medium. Like nothing else is coming close. And then, of course, you have Game of Thrones, which is, of course, the #1 most Emmy-winning show of all time. No other show has ever penetrated the zeitgeist of our culture like that did, and all that kind of stuff. So if you're a fantasy fan, get ready, it's coming. George R.R. Martin kind of chimed in on this. And he said a couple of things that I think were very, very interesting. And let me read what he said here. This comes from an article in Variety, where it basically says, hey, are you hoping that the new Game of Thrones show wins more Emmys than Lord of the Rings? He says this: I know a lot of articles, the minute the dates were announced, this is again from George R.R. Martin. I know in a lot of the articles that the minute the dates were announced, it's like, oh, the battle for fantasy supremacy. It's Rings of Power versus House of the Dragon. Who will win? I don't know why they always have to do that, Martin told The Independent at the Santa Fe Literary Festival. I hope both shows succeed. I'm competitive enough. I hope we succeed more if they win 6 Emmys, and I hope that they do. I hope we win 7. But nonetheless, it's good for fantasy. I love fantasy. I love science fiction. I want more of these shows on television. First of all, George R.R. Martin sometimes comes across as, maybe he's partaken in some of the more hallucinogen herbs that are out there a little bit. Maybe. All good. He's an adult man. But I love what he's saying here for a couple of reasons. Number one, I love that he's saying, yeah, guys, this isn't Game of Thrones versus Lord of the Rings. We're fantasy fans. We are all fantasy fans. Well, not all of us, but those of us listening to this, we're fantasy fans. This is great for all of us. I hope that Lord of the Rings show wins 6 Emmys. I love that he's saying that. But I also love that he's being a little bit real and say, I hope they win 6, but I hope we win 7.
Yeah.
So I kind of love the fact that we've got, number one saying, look, this isn't an us versus them. This is us. We are winning. Fantasy television is going to hopefully be at the peak that it's ever been right now. And that is exciting stuff. But yeah, I want us to be better because when you have a little bit of a competitive edge to it, it means you push and you push each other. It's why Magic and Larry were like the best of the best, because Larry would never have been as good as Larry was if Magic wasn't there. Magic never would have been as good as he was if Larry wasn't there. And that's what I kind of hope this is. To me, this is exciting. I can't wait to see this stuff. Anyway, Chris, you're reading George R.R. Martin's. He's saying, yeah, look, big fantasy fans, but I do hope we win more. What do you take out of his comments?
I mean, one, I wish I wasn't just reading quotes of his.
An actual book would be nice.
A book would be pretty cool, George. I don't know if you got some time.
Got time to make quotes.
Maybe pen to paper. I think this is great. And one of the things that was the best takeaway for me from Game of Thrones was it's such a beautiful example of how genre does not determine merit.
Right.
This was a hugely popular show, critically acclaimed, won so many awards, and it was high fantasy. Because at the end of the day, it's just about telling good stories. Oh no, we went out. So I'm really excited about that. And I love, love, love this competitive nature here. There's room at the table for everybody, but I love that it's a friendly competition. It makes me think of how all of the late night hosts are now.
Right.
They all really get along. They pop on each other's show. They love hanging out, but there's pizza parties when, Colbert has better ratings.
Yes.
And it's just friendly competition that makes everyone do better, like you were saying. So I think this is fantastic.
Yeah. And again, I just can't wait for this. It's like the idea back in the day, it's not much of a competition anymore. But back in the day, if you had a Star Trek movie and a Star Wars movie coming out at the same time, if you're a sci-fi fan,
what a great week.
Yeah, it's a great week. And I cannot wait for this. I love what George R.R. Martin is saying here. Guys, question is for you. What do you take away from what George R.R. Martin is saying here? Are you somebody who is looking forward to one and maybe not the other? Are you looking forward to both? Maybe you're not a big fantasy fan. You don't care about either. Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Guys, we want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile, you know, the one with the delightful ads with good Canadian kid Ryan Reynolds. So look, after years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, is that there's always a catch. So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month, I thought, what's the catch? But after talking to them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't a catch. And guys, that's no joke, because for years I've been using one of the major providers and it was fine. But I switched over to Mint Mobile a little while ago. The service has been fantastic. And the big difference is I'm now paying about 1/3 of what I was paying before. And the best part for anybody who just hates their phone bills is that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.